All right, so I accidentally hit the stop record button on the last video. So we're going to continue on. Listen to this audio. This is where I was talking about Mackenzie actually being high on drugs at the time.
On the way up there to me, Ryan, was Olivia on the phone pretty much the whole time talking to Ryan?
Yes.
Were there any discussions with Mackenzie, or did you hear Mackenzie discussing anything?
Mackenzie was just like, what's going on? Because she had woke up because, now that I knew, she had done Xanax bars. And she passed out at the doctor's office, or before we pulled into the doctor's office. She was passed out from Darrymore to Doc's office. And then, while they was arguing and stuff, well, Olivia starts yelling, well, we're coming out there, stay right there. Well, she's like, go, Shay, go. She said, I don't care if you gotta go 90, go. So we're on the way up there, and Kenzie finally wakes up from being passed out. And she finds out what we're doing, and she's like, well, let me get another bar and get ready. So I didn't see her.
So Mackenzie was passed out in the back seat from taking Xanax. She woke up, found out where they were going, and said, let me get another Xanax bar so I can get ready. Get ready for what? What are we getting ready for? Huh? We're getting ready to kill my brother? Were you needed to mellow out before you walked up there and killed him, huh? Is that what you're getting ready for? There is a whole plethora of information and evidence that was left out. I have presented this multiple times. I have multiple videos that were sent to the detective from my stepmom from their home camera before my brother left the house. That never got entered into evidence. There was a picture that was floating around on Instagram that had a picture of Mackenzie in the background wearing a bandana across her face, flipping off the camera, basically saying, or it said that whenever I send my goons to kill somebody, I expect head proof. This was taken shortly or posted shortly before my brother was shot to death. That was not in the evidence. Speaking of the video, I showed you guys earlier that these detectives can't even get the scene correct with the pictures right in front of them. Them standing right there, they cannot get the scene correct. They did not mention anything about the blood. They didn't mention anything about the bullet hole in the seat. They didn't do any forensics on it. So let's talk about the video. I read you the description of what you saw at the video earlier. I have tried at least every week for the last 3 months to get that video evidence. Every time I call, they say, we're trying to open it. We're trying to open it. We can't figure out how to open it up. So, turns out that this video is so corrupt that they cannot even view it. The Kentucky State Police cannot view it. So this means that once the detective viewed the video, he took it back over to Post 7, and he did nothing with it. He didn't re-observe it. He didn't try to enhance the video, anything like that, to see anything else. Or he would have realized that it doesn't work. Or if he had tried to open it, then it would have been saved in a way that they could observe it again. But it's obvious that didn't happen. So, you got the picture wrong. You got the description of the scene wrong. So how are we supposed to believe your word when it comes to what you observed on the camera? Now it's become corrupt and unviewable. But we're supposed to believe you. Yeah, buddy. Anyways, there is a whole lot more that I could talk about with this. But I'm going to leave you here right now. So it is my understanding that they're done with this investigation. And they're not going to do anything else with it. I have tried my hardest to get them to do a reinvestigation. Get them to, do an internal investigation on this deputy or detective as to why he botched this investigation. And I've gotten nothing. So I'm hoping that this video goes absolutely viral. I'm hoping that there's the judge who set the grand jury realizes that, hey, maybe I didn't get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. How can you go up there to the grand jury and tell them you know what happened if you have the capability and means to find out the truth, i.e., crime scene reconstruction, figure out where that bullet actually went through his body at, where she would have had to been standing at? And I don't mean by them telling you what happened. I mean by you doing the legwork and figuring it out. My question is, if they were not there to guide you and tell you what happened at the scene, what would you have done differently? Would you have actually done your job as a detective and figure it out? We have a saying in the military. It is trust but verify. And in this particular case, it seems like you went trust, no need to verify. Christ's sakes. Anybody who looks at this and sees all the evidence and puts it all together, they will realize that this did not go down the way they said it did. Thank you for your time. If you can, please donate to my brother's GoFundMe account. It is obvious that these detectives are not going to do a reinvestigation. So the reason why this GoFundMe has been started is because I have found an absolute bulldog of a private investigator in Texas. Now, yes, I can get cheaper PIs. There was one guy I talked to who was around $5,000 to do all the work. He's a prior Kentucky State police officer, and he used to teach at the academy and stuff. But my feelings about the Kentucky State Police right now is I don't want anybody affiliated with the Kentucky State Police to do the investigation. So this guy down in Texas, he has pretty much everything, every qualification you can need to be a private investigator. He's like FBI level type stuff. The stuff that I've been asking the KSP to do, he can actually do. The KSP can do it as well, but they refuse to do it. So that's why this GoFundMe is so important. So that we can figure out the truth and we can present it to the prosecutors and we can get something done. We can present this to the Attorney General and we can get something done. My honest feeling about this, why they don't want to investigate it, is because they know that he messed up. And they don't want to do an investigation and hinder his career or anything like that. So, thank you for your time. Please make this go viral. And let's get the justice for my brother that he deserves. Thank you, guys.